Alright, today I'm going to be making soybean paste flavor ramen noodles. Alright, it's Japanese style. It's a little bit different from what I'm normally making, but I think you'll enjoy this too. So let's get started. So as you can see, I'm boiling some water. The water's ready, and so all I have to do is empty the packet of the ramen noodles and apply them. Alright, so in the back is a block of ramen noodles right here. Fairly thin. I'm just going to go ahead and place these in here. I'm going to cook this for about 3 to 4 minutes. And inside, I want to show you what's on the inside of this. I think there's a little bit of crunchies left. I'm just going to go ahead and add these to it. And give it a little swirl. Just once. And inside are 2 packets. There's a liquid packet, which comes right here, the liquid seasoning. And there is a soup base seasoning. Now I'm going to add these at the end because that's what it requires. But before we make it to the end, I want to go ahead and do some prep work. And so I'm just going to go ahead and open this up. From the top right here. So open this up, and I'm just going to set this to the side. Alright, so this is boiling right here. Just going to check on it occasionally. I'm going to let you know we're going to be having egg in this. I have a hard-boiled egg, which I'm going to be adding to this, but I'm going to add this towards the end, as well as a few vegetables that I'm going to be adding. I'm going to be adding some green onion. I'm going to be adding some hot pepper and some lime for flavoration purposes only. I'm going to set this to the side and check up on the noodles and see how well they're cooking right now. So it looks like the noodles are cooking fairly well. Just going to break them up a little bit. See how they're doing. Now, one of the things about making the noodles, how I'm making them, adding the seasoning at the end, is because sometimes I don't like a lot of broth. I like more punch, more flavor in the ramen noodles. So I had the flavoration packet at the end where I can subtract more water than what is normally required. Absolute goodness. So it looks like the noodles are almost done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and prep my bowl. And the bowl that I'm putting it in. Now if you like your green onion cooked a little bit more, you can go ahead and add the green onion to the pot right now. Just in case you don't like the raw onion flavor. So I'm going to go ahead and add some green onion. And this is going to allow the green onion to cook a little bit so I don't have to deal with the raw onion flavoration when the soup is done. Alright, it looks like the soup is about done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn off the heat. I'm going to add the noodles first, and then I'm going to add the broth. Okay, so I'm going to add the noodles like this. And the noodles are going to have a green onion flavoration because I added the green onion to the noodles while they're cooking. So I'm going to add the green onion back into it. Nice flavor. So I'm going to pour the water into it. Not all of the water because I like a little bit more of a punch when it comes to flavoration. Then I'm going to add the soup base. Make sure you get that into the water. This is the powder part. I'm going to stir it a little bit on the side, get that permeated. Then I'm going to take the liquid seasoning. I'm going to add this to it as well. Absolute goodness. pour all the soup base and the seasoning inside of it. And then stir it a little bit to get that soup base mixed in. Alright, and then stir it again. And what I like to do with the noodles is I like to let it sit for about a minute or so. Because I like my noodles not so hot. I like to let it cool a little bit. And it also gives it a time for the soup base to be absorbed by the noodles. Absolute goodness. Last but not least, or second to last but not least, I'm going to add an egg. And so I have an egg cutter right here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice it slowly. Like that. Then I'm going to take the egg. I'm just going to place it on top like this. Then do you remember those red peppers? I'm going to take the red peppers and place the red peppers on top. And then, do you remember the lemon? I'm going to take the lemon. I'm just going to squeeze it all on top. Just like that. I hope you'd enjoy this, because I did. Absolute goodness.